Hi, it's Angie Knoll from Reconciled Solutions. I'm coming to share a few tips and tricks for small business owners, specifically professional services based businesses. Right now, I'm in the midst of teaching a course called Startup Solutions, and it is geared for professional services businesses in their first 3 years of business who are trying to marry the concepts of running good bookkeeping and accounting practices with that of executing profit first in their business, and how do I be financially savvy and really know where every penny is going and what portion of it is mine as the business owner. Last week in our class, we spent some time going through opportunities to cut back expenses. It's kind of a big question, like when you realize how much of your money is going to operational expenses, people kind of get sick to their stomach. And it was no exception for my group of students. So, what I asked them to do as a part of Profit First is we want to slash 10% of our expenses right off the top. So we have to look at all the expenses in our business and figure out, where can I get rid of 10% of this? And that may seem like a big number, but it's not. I've found that the first 10% is the easiest 10% to cut out of the business. And it's the 10%, it's that first few percentages that make you realize, like, how much excess you have in your business, because once you get these thought processes in your mind, it's knowledge that you can never let go of. It's like riding a bike. You're always going to be thinking about if your business can afford to purchase that thing before you go out and swipe your credit card and make that purchase. Some of the areas that I see most frequently in which people are able to cut back, I'm just going to mention right now. Dues and subscriptions is a huge one. People will have multiple memberships that do the same thing. So that's an area to look at. Another one to look at is your networking and sales and marketing funnels. What we look at there is which organizations are really driving your business forward and which organizations may have some great connections and some great friendships that you have made, but it's not actually driving the business forward and putting more business in your door. So that's something to think about as you're choosing networking groups and associations to join, professional associations to join. They really do need to drive your business agenda forward. And if they're not doing that, it's wasted money. Another place to look at is often insurance policies. This is a good place to look because we tend to it's not an exciting purchase, right? So when we're purchasing insurance, we tend to maybe gloss over some of the things and we have extra added features in there that we don't actually use. So that would be a one to look at a little bit more in depth. And the last one that I'm going to mention is when you look at services, like technology services that you're purchasing, make sure that you're using all the bells and whistles of the product that you're purchasing. So if it's an app, or if it's let's use QuickBooks Online as an example. So I sell QuickBooks Online subscriptions, and there's several different levels, and they all come with different price points. Well, I just encourage you, what I see happen is that when people make their initial purchase, they think they're going to use certain features, but they might not end up using those features. So if a software solution has a small, medium, and large option, and you think that you need all the bells and whistles of the large option, go ahead and purchase that large option. But you might want to revisit it in 6 months and see if you're utilizing all the functions that came with the large, or if you really could be a user of the small or medium size subscription. There's a lot of wasted money there. And also, just especially in Profit First, because we do have multiple bank accounts, looking at bank fees is really important. That's another area that I'm going to encourage you to take a look at if you are slashing costs. So there's some advice today on slashing costs. I hope you found it useful.